Mayor.
Good evening. It is 7 o'clock and we're officially going to call this meeting to order. Ciara is filling in for Deb.
Oh.
So Deb, see, just to have it. Ciara, would you please do a roll call?
Yes.
It's totally
Gonna happen.
yeah, it's totally threw me for a loop.
All right. Counselor Prochnow.
Here.
Counselor Purser.
Here.
Counselor Parrish's excused absence. Or Mayor Bremen.
Here. Nobody's ever asked me that.
I'm sorry. Bear with me. Counselor Miller.
Then
Counselor Hansey. And Counselor Kumro.
Present, ma'am.
All right.
All right, we're going to do this next section a little different tonight because we have a special guest. So we will still do the moment of silence, but Todd, if you want to introduce this special guest who will help us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, my grandson is here visiting. So I'm going to ask him if he'll come up. And he's going to help with the Pledge of Allegiance tonight.
So with that, I'm going to ask everybody to rise to collect your thoughts for a moment of silence, and we'll follow that with the pledge. Thank you. You're up.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
That was great.
Thank you, Todd. Ciara, we have an agenda before us. Are there any changes?
There are no changes to the agenda, Mr. Mayor.
I'll need a motion.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay.
Counselor Purser.
Yes.
Counselor Miller.
Yes.
Counselor Hansey.
Yes.
Counselor Kumro.
Yes.
And Counselor Prochnow.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you. We have two proclamations tonight. The first one is the final line proclamation. It's a proclamation honoring and remember the firefighters, Emily Barker, Nick Hutcherson, and Sydney Watterson, and it's going to be accepted by Michael James with Upper Colorado River Interagency Fire Management Unit. And I'm going to ask that we're going to do the proclamation. We're all going to take turns. And then if you'd like to come up afterwards and say a few words would be great. So with that, Jared, would you kindly start?
Absolutely.
The final line. They heard the call for help that day and came from places near and far away. Their own comfort placed on hold, gear unpacked, and tents unrolled.
They walked into the smoke and heat with heavy boots but steady feet. They cleared the brush and dug the line beneath juniper and sage and pine.
Suddenly the wind began to turn and made the hidden embers burn. They dropped their tools and made a stand, the bravest heroes of the land.
The forest breathed the mournful sigh. Dark smoke obscured the Colorado sky. Though they now are gone from our mortal sight, their courage stays to guide the night.
We owe a debt we cannot pay to those who did not walk away. Now rest your pack and clear your gear. Your memory will live on here every year.
Tonight, remember and are eternally grateful for Emily Barker, Nick Hutcherson, and Sydney Watson. And this was written by our very own Mayor Pro Tem, Amy Miller. So with that, I'd like to invite Michael to come up. If you'd like to say a few words, we're going to put you on the spot.
This partnership that we have with the city of Fruita is always an important thing, and we really appreciate that partnership. Having Travis giving me a call and asking me to come to hear this is really a special thing. And you know, the UCR and these firefighters that we lost, really appreciate that the effort that you're putting in to recognize them. So thank you.
Thank you. And Travis, did you want to come up and say anything? Well, you're going to come up anyways. Hold on, Michael, don't go. So Travis, you actually do need to come on up, but you just don't have to speak.
Travis knew I would speak. Surprised I didn't say more.
Thank you.
All right, we have one additional proclamation proclaiming July 2026 and as Park and Recreation Month. I am going to take the lead on this one and go ahead and I'd like to read this one. And then Ciara, you're going to come up and say a few words and then drag some other people up with you. Great. Proclamation, month of July as Parks and Recreation Month. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the city of Fruita. And whereas our parks and recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health of all citizens and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of a community and region. And whereas Parks and recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in the prevention of chronic disease, provide therapeutic recreation services for those who are mentally or physically disabled, and also improve the mental and emotional health of all citizens. And whereas Parks and recreation programs increase community economic prosperity through increased property value, expansion of local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and crime reduction. And whereas parks and recreation areas are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, and whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of the air we breathe, provide vegetative buffers to development, and produce habitat for wildlife, and whereas our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and whereas the city of Fruita recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources. Now, therefore, we, the Fruita City Council, hereby proclaim this month of July 2026 as Parks and Recreation Month in the city of Fruita. With that, Ciara, come on up.
We have a team here. All right. So thank you, Mayor and City Council, for recognizing July as Parks and Recreation Month. As you said, Parks and Recreation plays an important role in advancing the city's vision and goals by supporting some of our values of quality of place, active and healthy lifestyles, and community connections, and ultimately bringing people together. The department touches nearly every part of life in Fruita, and none of that would be possible without our amazing team that does all the work behind it all. So thank you for the support that you give and to the community as well for supporting Parks and Recreation. Later this evening, you'll hear from our new Parks and Recreation Director, Michael Hughes. It is an honor, it has been an honor, I would say, to serve as the interim Parks and Recreation Director over the last few months and just working with an amazing team. And we're excited to have Michael and for this next step for the department. So thank you again for the recognition and your support. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh, there's so many jokes that I will not make.
I'm a springlet post.
All right. This now takes us to our public participation and our consent agenda. This portion of our meeting is set aside for City Council to listen to comments from the public about items that are not on tonight's agenda or items that appear on the consent agenda. Consent agenda items are those for which all conditions or requirements have already been met, and they're typically approved with a single motion without separate discussion. We welcome and value your input. To help maintain a welcoming, respectful, and productive environment, we ask that there be no clapping, cheering, booing, jeering, or sign holding. This helps ensure that everyone, regardless of their viewpoint, feels comfortable sharing their thoughts. Each speaker will have 3 minutes, and we ask that you begin by stating your name and whether or not you're a resident of the city of Fruita. If you have materials you'd like to share with council, please hand them to Ciara tonight so that they can be entered in the public record and distributed appropriately. While council will not respond during this portion of the meeting, please know that we are listening and we appreciate you taking the time to participate in this important process. I'd also like to add that if you'd like to continue the conversation, I encourage everyone to reach out directly to any of us on council. And all our information can be found online at the city's website. So with that, I'd like to open it up for public comment. Is there anybody that would like to come up and speak on something that is not on the agenda or on the consent? All right, seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to council. Does council have any questions on anything that's on consent? If not, I have one. Okay. Looking through the financials, Shannon, wholesale trade. Oh, whoever wants to take it. Wholesale trade, the numbers, and I apologize, I'm going from memory, but for year to date, it was like it's almost half of what it normally is. Do you have any insight of what's going on? I mean, it's down like $21,000.
I do actually. Krista Yamashita, Finance Director. What happened there is last year, actually in 24 and 25, there was one single vendor that remitted large amounts. And then this year, they did not remit anything. So it could be that what some companies tend to do is they tend to remit things in large, like multiple months on one return. So we're seeing a bulk of things coming at one time. And so it may be just that they haven't remitted that one big bulk. And so that's why we're seeing that decrease of 50%.
So there's a chance that we will see that come in the next month or two.
Yeah, there's a possibility that later on this year, we may see when they do remit all of their returns, that we'll see that number increase.
Thank you, Krista. I'm just going to be tongue-tied tonight. Anybody else have any questions on anything on consent?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as before us.
Second.
All right. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Ciara, would you please poll council?
Yeah. Counselor Miller,
Yes.
Counselor Hansi, Counselor Kumro,
Yes.
Counselor Purser,
Yes.
Counselor Prochnow.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Motion passes 5-0.
We'll have our rhythm and it's just off a little bit. All right, this takes us to public hearing and action items, of which we have 2 action items. The first being Resolution 2026-20. It's a public hearing amending the 2026 budget with supplemental appropriations to fund for land acquisition, supplies and equipment, special projects, and post-academy. Shannon, I'm going to try to get your name right. Our city manager is kicking this off.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, for the opportunity to present. Resolution 2026-20 is a supplemental appropriation of funds in our general fund and our marketing and promotion fund for, as the mayor described, land acquisition, supplies and equipment, and special projects throughout the city of Fruita. So as with every supplemental appropriation that we do have a graph at the end of the cover sheet which outlines where all the funds are going. By far, the biggest expenditure in the supplemental is $625,000 to purchase a 162 South Mulberry Street, which is currently the site of 6 trailer homes just south of Aspen Street on Mulberry Street. The owner of that property reached out to us probably about 6 months to a year ago to see if we were interested in purchasing it for the purposes of redevelopment in our downtown core. It had been listed for many years, but I think at the price point that they were at, they just couldn't find a buyer. That with the asbestos remediation, everything that had to be done to get that site ready to develop, there was just, it wasn't really penciling for some of the private developers. So they approached the city and we have agreed upon a purchase price of $525,000 for the site. And then we are asking for an additional $100,000 to help the demolition costs and asbestos removal of that site. In our comprehensive plan that was adopted by council in 2020, one of the goals and main themes of the plan is to support a thriving downtown. So we feel like this property purchase will allow the city to prepare that site for future redevelopment. And then also in our economic development workshop that we hosted just this March, council gave staff the direction to really lean into land banking and see if we can help with some of these more challenging properties throughout Fruita to see if we can help facilitate some sort of development. We hope the actual costs of the demolition of the current property will be less than $100,000. We will try to self-perform as much as we can through our public works department or even some elected officials as we've done in the past. But we will keep you updated on that. It's just asbestos mediation is very, very expensive. And I think that's what's made this site so challenging to redevelop. Other items in this supplemental budget amendment, we do have $8,500 to add or replace the existing roll-up door for the municipal court office right behind you. $25,000 is transferred from our marketing and promotion fund balance to fund 3 things. One, additional artwork for the downtown kiosk that will be installed at the Mulberry Plaza. That was direction that we got from council to make the kiosk, the digital kiosk, fit in a little more. We're going to put some artwork surrounding it and cover the back portion of it so it seems kind of more in place than just an electronic display. And I think that's going to look great. Additionally, we are implementing some funds to pay the artist for the co-op tower project, which was also a direction that we received from council. And then another portion of that is to purchase a telescope to put at the Mulberry Plaza. So when the co-op tower project is all done, residents can actually look through the telescope and see all of the flowers that were painted by our community and our residents once it's all done on that west-facing side. So I think that'll be great. And finally, the last appropriation is $6,500 that our police department received for reimbursement of training expenses so they can continue to participate in training professional development. That concludes my presentation. Mr. Mayor and City Council, always happy to answer questions after public comment. Thank you.
Before I bring it back to council, would like to open up Resolution 2026-20 for public comment. Is there anybody that would like to come up? All right, seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close public comment and bring it back to staff. Or council.
All good. You're doing great, pal.
Thanks. Any questions?
Yeah. I have a few. The roll-up door.
Yep.
We've bought in a lot of those over the years.
Yep.
Like, what's the deal? Because it seems like this is like the third or
Sure.
fourth in the last handful of years.
Yeah, it is the third. So we have 2 downstairs, one for our community development department, one for our administration department. And this is a replacement of the one here in the municipal court. So when the municipal court is closed on Mondays and Fridays, there is some additional security for our clerk's office. There's a lot of private and sensitive information in the municipal court, mostly because we deal with, youth potential defenders in our municipal court. So we're trying to make sure that, those records are not available if anyone were to try to access them apart from those who are authorized to do so.
I'm speaking of just multiple repair. It seems like there's been significant repairs or replacements of just this door. Like, why do we continue to have challenges with that door?
This one is new. The other doors were the 2 downstairs.
Understood, but I'm saying this door alone continues, like, over the years I believe we replaced it. Plus we've had serious maintenance with that door. Why do we keep having issues with that?
I'm not aware of any repairs that we've done, minus minor repairs on this specific one, but I can get additional information, get back to council.
I'm just
Yep.
hoping that we can
Oh, sure. Yeah.
stop spending money on the door. Because it seems like we've done a lot. It's
Sure.
been a lot just on this one.
Sure.
So with the purchase of the property, can you kind of explain what the reasons behind helping with this property beyond the in our intent of what we're really trying to accomplish?
Do we want to say that for the next one?
We have a discussion about that.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to put it too. Yeah, I'll leave that. That's all I have. Thank you.
So the door that you're putting on there is an upgrade, is basically what you're saying.
A replacement of an older roll-up door. Yeah. Yeah, we have them in all of our windows because we try to provide good customer service. We have like big windows for utility billing, our planning, our municipal court. With that came some problems with the roll-up doors. So there has been several replacements, as Councilor Hansey was mentioning, but this one for the municipal court is a new roll-up door.
Makes sense.
Good.
All right. Seeing no further questions.
I move to adopt resolution 2026-20, amending the 2026 budget with supplemental appropriations in the general fund and marketing and promotion funds for land acquisition, supplies and equipment, special projects and post academy.
Second.
Beat you to it. All right, with that, first and second, any last chance for questions or comments? Ciara?
Counselor Prochnow,
Yes.
Counselor Purser,
Yes.
Counselor Miller,
Yes.
Counselor Hansey, and Counselor Kumro.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Great. Thank you. That brings us to our second item, Resolution 2026-23, authorizing the city manager to execute and effectuate all closing documents related to the purchase of real property located at 162 South Mulberry Street, Fruita, Colorado. And once again, our city manager.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. A lot of people took the night off, so yeah, you're just stuck with a few of us here tonight, but always appreciate the opportunity to present. The resolution before you is a resolution that authorizes either myself or our Assistant City Manager to close on 162 South Mulberry Street. So as I was sharing in the prior presentation, this is a property that has been listed for several years, but it's not anything that has been purchased due to, I think several reasons, but the biggest is that it's a very challenging site. There's, asbestos in there, and the price was probably a little too cost prohibitive for people who may be interested in redeveloping the site back then. So like I was sharing, property owner reached out to us. We agreed at a purchase price of $525,000 for the property. That's probably about $200,000 below what the initial asking price was, but we believe that this is an ideal location for city to get involved and hopefully spark some redevelopment at that site in the future. So we don't have any plans what to do after the work is done right now, but we will come back to the council. We will discuss that. So kind of the next order of operations, if this resolution is approved, is the city will close on it. You will see construction fencing go up around the property. And then the asbestos abatement will begin, and then eventually the site will be demoed. From there, we can talk about what those uses could look like, whether, we try to encourage someone to develop it with something that the city may need, whether it's, additional parking. Those are conversations we'll probably have in the near future once all the work is done. That concludes my presentation, but as always, happy to answer questions after public comment. Thank you.
Once again, before I bring it back to council, I'd like to open up resolution 2026-23 for public comment. Anyone like to come up? Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close public comment and bring it back to council. All right, Aaron, I'm just going to let you kick it off because I cut you off last time.
No, fine. No, it's more appropriate with this resolution, so it's fine. Can you kind of go into some detail of of the why we're purchasing it, not just because we want to be landowners,
right?
But the more the principle. You've talked a little bit about it, but if you can go more into the principle of why we're doing it, and what we're truly trying to help
Yep.
the general market.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's, a handful of these sites throughout Fruita, but we often refer to them as, sites that wouldn't probably otherwise develop, but for, the city's involvement in it. So this is challenging. I think there's a lot of options that could come from it, but we've had a lot of success with land banking just within the past several years. One of our most biggest wins in the last couple of years was 162 South Mulberry Street. 169. I'm getting all the South Mulberries messed up. I apologize. 169 South Mulberry Street, where actually the city purchased that property with the intention of demoing it. Was our old powder coating facility. We were going to build a parking lot there. That's when, a private partner came in and said, hey, we'll buy it from you. We'll build you your parking lot. We'll dedicate it to you, but we're actually going to redevelop it and put 2 businesses in there. And now it's the home of Best Slope Roastery and also Josephine's Italian Restaurant. So we've been doing this with a few properties throughout Fruita, mostly just properties that may be difficult. We also purchased a parking lot on North Mulberry Street, just north of the Hot Tomato, south of the tavern last year for $640,000. That site was a little smaller than this one, so we think 525 with the asbestos abatement is probably right where it needs to be. No, the goal is when we can try to encourage, development that is complementary to our downtown and will support our local businesses. So we view that this acquisition will support those goals, and hopefully we can get something really cool out of the site in the future. So that's.
Can you kind of talk, so with the 169 South Mulberry, just to have it as an example. So
Of course.
we bought it for that 640, right? And then, or
Somewhere
600 something thousand dollars,
Yep.
but they bought it from us for that same dollar amount. And then the city for that got the parking lot conveyed to us. And so that's just, I just want to make that as an example on the record that there's a benefit for what we're doing. We're not trying to manipulate the market, but that we're able to help the market, and the city got a win with it. We got 15 additional parking spots or something like that from it. And so I think that's what's exciting about this project, is that we can clean up some blight and challenges that come from this property alone, and, in a short term, divest of it and get it out back into the market, so it can help the general community again. I really like that.
Well, hold on.
That's one of the options that may happen. We haven't had conversation.
Right.
Well, yeah, one of the options, sure.
You blew your train of thought.
No, I'm taking a pause. When we if we potentially sell this property, when the funds come back, are there any restrictions on proceeds?
So thank you for bringing that up, because I failed to mention.
There's ARPA.
Yep, in the last resolution. So thank you. So the funding is split. 425,000 is just general fund reserves that we have set aside for things that could come up subject to council approval. 200,000 is from ARPA dollars, but it's interest earnings on our ARPA deposits. So there are no restrictions on those funds. We can spend it. So it's just when we had, our 3.6 million that we received from the American Rescue Plan in the bank, these are earnings on those deposits. So it's not limited to this. But downtown redevelopment, beautification, stuff like that, we do think would probably be an allowable.
Well, I apologize for my slip up. I thought from our conversations that we were trying to go for short-term type of things and not to retain it. So my bad.
I mean, we need to have further discussion on ultimately what will happen, or the intent with that.
Shannon, can you clarify too, the condition of the 6 trailers that are being removed, just to clarify that we're not removing like livable homes?
They will most likely be condemned, is what I've been told by our building department.
Yeah. I just want to make that clear that we're not like removing six units off of this project. They are significantly.
We're not losing housing inventory.
Yeah, significantly blighted.
And there's only one tenant that was in there, and that was the owner's daughter in the property, and she has since moved out. So if it would have sold either way, then there would have been those
Thank you.
All right.
Good. Thanks, sir.
No further questions. We need a motion.
I move to approve Resolution 2026-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute and effectuate all closing documents related to the purchase of real property located at 162 South Mulberry Street, Fruita, Colorado.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second. Last chance for any questions, comments, concerns? All right, seeing none. Ciara, it's a hard habit to break.
Counselor Hansi, Counselor Kumro,
Yes.
Counselor Prochnow,
Yes.
Counselor Purser,
Yes.
and Counselor Miller.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Great. We have one item under the administrative agenda. It's an introduction of our new Parks and This introduction of new Parks and Recreation Director, Michael Hughes. So are you just doing self-introduction? I thought you were.
I'll probably just, you want me to go back to the podium?
Come on
All
down.
right. Just sat down. Okay.
He's ready.
You only get this once. You only get
I
this
like
once,
this.
so you gotta,
Make
get
him do the work,
proper
Michael.
introduction.
I thought I was having leg day.
Oh, I know. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and City Council. The only item on the administrative agenda is to introduce our new Parks and Recreation Director, Michael Hughes, who is on the second day of the job today and just started here yesterday and was with Carl Mesa University for 17 years. So really excited to have Michael on board. This was a pretty extensive recruitment process. I can't remember the exact number. We received, 20 plus applications. We did initial interviews with, we did a screening interviews with 8 candidates. We trimmed that down to 4 finalists. Then we hosted a interviews with our leadership team, our staff over at Recreation, and then we also hosted a meet and greet. So there was a ton of opportunity to participate along the way, and we got a lot of public feedback from that. So really excited to have Michael on board, and I'll let him introduce himself and kind of share a little bit about himself in this role. Can I go back? Is that? I'll wait. Okay.
And Michael, day 2, and you're already ready to give a presentation? Great.
I got to put this down a little bit. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council for having me tonight. Yes, as you said, day 2. Shannon texted me last week and said, you'll be ready for an interview or for a presentation on Tuesday night, right?
Great. Hit the ground running.
I was like, let's do it. So he shared a little bit about me, but just to go in a little more depth on that, I grew up in a small town in Wyoming. My father was actually a city councilman and eventually went to the county side and was a county commissioner as well. I still remember watching the TV just to see him and thought, there's no way I will ever do that. Just to listen to some of the conversations that he had to endure, that you guys have to endure, I was like, nope, I won't do that. So I strictly stuck to sports. I have a twin brother as well, and he's here in Fruita. So after graduating high school, I moved to Cheyenne, Wyoming, played soccer 1 year of college. Didn't necessarily like that. Decided to call my brother up and be like, how do you like Mesa State College? He loved it, transferred down here, and I've never left. So in 2004, moved here. I did my undergraduate degree as a sport management major, finished that with a master's in 2009, and straight out the gate, I was working at CMU and worked there for 17 straight years. I joke about that because for the last 22 years, I've basically been on that campus every single day. I was also on it every single day last week, even though I was no longer employed there because my daughter was doing a volleyball camp there. So CMU is still near and dear to my heart. So I know that's one of the questions that a lot of people have asked me through this process of 17 years at CMU, why the change? So my wife is a nurse at Family Health West here in town. That's a big push for that because we essentially share a parking lot. So when she comes back to work, we'll be able to try and grab lunch. That was impossible being at CMU and her here. And also that tie to my brother. He lives here in Fruita. He teaches PE at the Monument Ridge Elementary School. And we've always been together pretty much except for that 1 year in Cheyenne. And that was tough for us. So it's nice to be back in, kind of in that family atmosphere. Really excited about this opportunity. I know it's been day 2. I've met a lot of wonderful people already. The parks and rec staff that I've met already have kind of have welcomed me with open arms. So I'm real excited to get started on this.
We're thrilled to have you. And there's any questions or comments from the team up here?
At what?
He's
He's the better twin,
Oh,
Better at what?
just generally speaking. My brother's 9 minutes older and he holds it over my head.
Who's older?
My brother's 7 minutes older.
Oh,
Okay.
And are you identical? Are we gonna, okay, because
No, we are not.
They're close.
And Aaron, right? You
They're-
know my brother.
Yeah, I know your brother well. They are very close. I-
quite literally. Okay,
No,
all right.
no. If you're half as good as he is, you're going to be great.
Thank you, appreciate it. Wow.
I'm just saying his brother's a really good
Good
man.
guy.
If it comes from the same breed, then we'll be very happy with you. Thank you.
All right.
We're really excited. I'm really excited. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited too. Thanks. Welcome.
All right. I think you can go back now. You're off the hook.
Wait, Shannon.
All right. With
We don't
that,
have any fun here at all.
Shannon, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. Nothing to report. We all had a very full day yesterday, our strategic planning meeting. So just want to thank you all for all of your time and effort on that. Thought that was a great discussion, and staff will take a look at all those notes, bring it up to our leadership team, and also look at potential tweaks and update strategic plans. So I'm really excited about that and look forward to it. And yeah, I do want to say as well, thanks. Yara brought this up earlier, but yeah, thanks and great job on being the interim for several months due to my poor timing issues with my calendar. That lasted longer than I thought it would, but really want to thank you. And I thought everything went really well. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. Yeah. While Sierra was interim, community garden got done. That was awesome. Mike Teleschick and the entire Parks and Rec staff did such a great job. And there's just so many wins. So really proud with all that's happened, and really excited to look forward working with Michael as well. So yeah, that's all I have. Very brief update.
That was easy.
Yeah.
All right. With that, bringing it back to council for council reports and actions. Who would like to go first?
I can go first because I have nothing.
All right, I've got nothing. Janine.
Yep, I had the Livability Commission meeting last Thursday, and they are having a bike safety event on August 29th from 10 to 1, 10 to 1, at Shellady Elementary in the parking lot and in the grass area there. So if you're interested in going and seeing what's happening there, it's for all ages, and there's going to be lots of fun things, handouts and good stuff there. And so that was the main portion of the meeting. They will be coming to us here in soon to ask for some funds, so we can look forward to that and for that event specifically. And let's see. Todd and I went to Fruita Hope Initiative meeting again. That was the second time that I've been, and it was just, Todd's first time, but he added such good context to that meeting, and it was great to be there. I am not going to be able to, as long as they keep that time frame, I'm not going to be able to attend that once my summer break is over with school. But I do, it's not one of our boards or anything like that, but it is super, I think it'd be important for somebody from the city to be there when possible. And it is the third Thursday of every month at 2:00. And I don't know how you all feel about that, but it is a group of people trying to come up with resources that already exist, and just Fruita specific for the unhoused community, as well as trying to prevent people like if you can identify people that are on the verge of that and helping prior to that ever happening. That's their mission and goal. And they did want to kind of chat at our last meeting, and wound up not being able to stay and present and do a public comment time, but so I just thought I would share a little bit of that. But I've been super impressed with those meetings, and Shannon and I and Officer Pacheco was there. We were there last month, as I think we told you. So I just wanted to sort of give you a recap of that. And I think that's all I have.
Follow up with your because we have the helmet program that's a joint partnership between
Yep.
Family Health West.
Family Health.
Yep, they will be there. Kara will be there. She'll have all of the helmets, and they'll be all different sizes, and kiddos will be getting sized and fitted for that. So that is part of this event. Yes.
That's great.
You're falling apart.
I am literally falling apart. Sorry, guys. My necklace broke while we were sitting here. I attended the traffic safety convention so as part of my service on the Grand Valley. Wait, what is it? Great GRVTC, whatever that stands for, Grand Valley Transit Commission or whatever that is. I'm brand new to it, so I apologize. The timing of it was very good because this traffic safety conference happened right after I was appointed to this commission. So I dove in with both feet and learned a lot. It was all brand spanking new to me, but there was some really neat things presented there that I think I'd like to get on our radar. So maybe stay tuned for that. I'd like to have a chat with Shannon and maybe Public Works and see like if any of it even makes sense for us. But that was very informative. The people there were like State Patrol, PD, some Public Works places, just really interesting presentations. And it was for across the state. So Grand Junction hosted it. I guess we've hosted it a few times, which was really neat. It was a 3-day extensive conference. So pretty cool there. And I think that's it. I wanted to thank you guys for yesterday. The strategic planning session. It's always one of my favorite events as council, connecting with all of you and kind of, getting to share things that we're passionate about. And so thanks for taking the time to do that. That's it.
I remembered something.
Ladies first.
Oh, I thought you said you had nothing. No, please.
No, I do, but ladies first.
Okay.
It's like Chippendale.
Can't help it. I'm an old.
Okay. Just from the Livability Commission, I mentioned this when we were interviewing. There were a couple members at Farmers Market at the city booth, and they realized they didn't have an elevator speech to give about the commission that they serve on. And they were hoping to have verbiage that's because what's on the website is long and not really a 2-minute speech. It's quite extensive. And so I was wondering, they were asking for if we could come up with little elevator speeches for them. And I suggested we probably might want to have a little synopsis of each board instead of the long description. So I don't know if that's something we would be interested in looking at.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would probably be helpful to more than just the livability.
Yeah.
I think Michael will take that on.
Sounds like a community engagement specialist type.
All right, thank you. That is all I said.
Todd?
Yeah, so I attended my first police commission meeting last week, and that was really good, right down my alley. So, and we just talked basically about what was going on in Fruita, the crime statistics, and I'm not going to share a whole lot of that.
Wait till your second meeting.
I'll wait till my second meeting.
Yeah.
So, but the chief's going to be coming in a few weeks.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week. So it was a few weeks from when we had. Yeah, so he's going to talk about all of that. So I'm going to let him, discuss that. But it was very good. He's very appreciative of the equipment and the support that he has from council and from the city. and for his officers. And he enjoys being fully staffed +1.
Anything else?
Well, the meeting that I went to with Janine, that was really good. So I think I have that time slot open usually. So I think that's it's important, what they're trying to do, get that stuff together. Whole thing, but we can get those resources here and have somebody that can have it all in one spot. That would be nice. So,
Agree.
raw.
Anything else, sir? Okay. As it relates to livability, and I don't have the schedule in front of me, but we do have to have one of our workshops talking about livability goals and focus needs to come up. And kind of based on yesterday, we will need to start picking up some of those extra workshops to get caught up a little bit. I too want to thank everybody, both on council and staff, for yesterday's retreat. That did not happen in a vacuum. I know Ciara, Ammon, Shannon all put a lot of time and prep work into that. And I want to thank all of you as well. There was homework assignments, there was thought process that had to go into it before we all showed up. And we got through some harder conversations, and I would say in a very Fruita style. So thank you all for doing that. And that's all I have. So with that, we are going to be moving into an executive session next. And we will go into executive session and then we will come out back into public to close out. So with that, if I can find it, we will need a motion.
Mayor, I move to meet an executive session regarding personnel issues under CRS section 24.64024F for the annual informal review of the city manager.
Second.
We have a first and a second. And for the record, to be in attendance will be city council that's present and Shannon, and that is it. All right. So with that, we'll start switching over. Is it going to be a different recording? Oh, wait, no, there is no recording on this.
You can just continue. Do you need a?
Well, since there's going to be, what?
Oh,
Yeah, since there's no recording, let's go ahead and we'll adjourn the. We do record. Okay, so are we going to end this one and jump to a new one?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Okay. So we will come back to open.
Oh, no, we can.
Now, at this point, we're going to come back to open session because we've already announced it. All right.
One second.
But we have to vote on the motion.
Yes. Thank you.
Ready? All right. Counselor Prochnow,
Yes.
Counselor Purser,
Yes.
Counselor Miller,
Yes.
Counselor Hansi,
Yes.
Counselor Kumro.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Great. Thank you very much, Ciara. All right. Anybody need to take a break before we jump into this? Amy, need to